Raviswaran, Mr. Sudhakar Gande, co-chairs, FICCI Defence and Aerospace, General Srivastav, the Director St. George, members of FICCI, distinguished guests and veterans, my colleagues in uniform, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, my apologies for coming 10-15 minutes late. I didn't realize that there was a display sort of set up outside. But that besides, it gives me immense pleasure to be addressing the participants of the second International Conference on Military Munitions, AMMO India 2022, being jointly organized by the FICCI and the St. George. As was mentioned, the inaugural edition of the same seminar was organized in 2018, and you would agree with me that much has happened since then. Of course, the pandemic has been a major watershed event of our times, during which the global supply chains were majorly disrupted, and it has set out a new normal in the way we do business now. The period also, you are aware, witnessed the standoff on our northern borders, and these twin conditions, I think, adequately brought home and reinforced the fact that self-sufficiency in critical defense requirements was a strategic imperative now more than ever before. I think in this backdrop, the second edition of this conference could not have been organized at a more opportune time, providing a common platform to all stakeholders to forward shared objectives and evolve a pragmatic strategy towards achieving Atmanirbharta in ammunition manufacturing. Our external dependence on armament and ammunition has been a matter of concern, and the reversing of this trend in recent years, I must say, has been quite encouraging. I am sanguine that the detailed deliberations that have taken place over the last 2 days shall provide further impetus to these efforts. The geostrategic security environment has witnessed significant changes in recent times, leading to recalibration of the established world order. India's security concerns emanate from the geopolitical dynamics at play both at the global and at the regional level. Now, these include the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict, as well as the instability and political uncertainty that we see in our immediate neighborhood. The contemporary security environment and the changing character of war requires and mandates that our armed forces to be prepared to handle wide spectrum of challenges both in the conventional as well as the subconventional domains. Undoubtedly, our interests are best served by being Atmanirbhar, especially in defense production. And self-reliance is amongst one of the key factors on which the military capability of any nation rests. I believe we cannot fight and win future wars on borrowed technology. A holistic, all-encompassing, well-calibrated, multi-pronged and futuristic approach in defense production, factoring various security imperatives, is fundamental to ensure safeguarding of our national interests. A pragmatic and actionable indigenous defense production strategy would ensure a secure and sustained supply of armament and munition to cater for our national security needs. Since independence, significant experience, skills, technologies and competencies have been acquired by the DRDO, the erstwhile ordnance factories and the DPSUs. And I believe these offer the foundation to build new capabilities by sharing this expertise with the private sector, including the startups and the MSMEs. And much work is underway in this direction. And I think there is more scope for greater synergy and hand-holding. Now, this would lead to evolving a more cooperative and a collaborative framework involving all stakeholders, which will reduce dependence on import of ammunition and provide the requisite impetus to indigenous production. Research and development, as also technological progression, are equally fundamental to self-reliance. The concept of Atmanirbharta in defense production should not be limited only to production. It should also encompass evolving homegrown capabilities in prevailing and new technologies. And for a holistic and all-round self-reliance strategy, it is imperative that ammunition life cycle management capabilities are concurrently established. And these include technical management, proof testing, surge capability, storage, safety and disposal capability, and that too of global standards. A significant investment also needs to be made in establishment of research and development infrastructure, testing and evaluation capabilities to ensure that our ammunition meets the stringent safety and performance standards. Capabilities to forecast operational life using means of artificial intelligence and big data analytics and other prediction models need also to be incubated. There is immense scope for the private sector in manufacturing ammunition along with a reliable indigenous supply chain to enable the armed forces to optimize our stock levels and save on life cycle costs. You are aware the Indian Army's ammunition requirements encompass a wide range from small arms munitions to munitions for tanks, artillery guns, and air defense systems. And being one of the largest armies in the world, and with live and active borders, the numbers required are also significantly high. We have been targeting ammunition across different categories with a healthy mix of ex-import ammunition and those in the OFB production range, where there is also a capacity constraint. Currently, I'm sure this would have been discussed over the last couple of days. There are 12 categories of ammunition ranging from the 120 millimeter Grad BM rocket, electronic fuses, bimodular charges, to 9 millimeter subsonic munition, which have been offered for manufacture by Indian industry. And four of these categories or four of these cases are already at a trial stage. We have also identified 5 additional categories which include the 125 millimeter both HE as well as HE-80 tank munition, 2 variants of 84 rocket launchers, and the 40 millimeter AL-70 air defense ammunition worth approximately 9,000 crores for indigenization through private Indian industry. So I think there is adequate potential, adequate scope for the industry to come forward and be part of this process. And these initiatives reflect our commitment and resolve to partner with the Indian defense industry. We are conscious that the Indian private sector is going through the evolutionary stage in ammunition manufacturing and requires greater hand holding. And as part of the industry outreach, we have been having two-way interactive sessions of which mention was made little earlier, as also to project our requirements and leverage the industry's capabilities. Given the fact that manufacture of ammunition at this scale and magnitude is being undertaken by the Indian industry for the first time, there are deviations also which are being granted from the standard module on a case-to-case basis and where required. So what I'm trying to say is that all possible help is being accorded or will be accorded by us during the trial and the testing stage, including issues such as storage and transportation of ammunition and providing associated ammunition components and systems were required. However, there are challenges which still need to be addressed and require our collective attention, energy, and effort. The procedures and processes, I believe, are still not fully evolved and are not, happening at the desired pace. Now, time-bound actions and approvals in this entire process, with clearly defined accountability at each stage, I feel is the need of the hour. And you would agree, as the end user, we, the military, have justified expectations of quality and delivery schedules from the industry. And in this regard, a frequent request for extensions of dates at each stage of development or manufacture do have significant time and cost penalties, which obviously would impact the armies or the military's operational preparedness. At the same time, I would say there are also new opportunities for our foreign partners. And Atmanirbharta is not only about isolating ourselves from the world. I think it is also about being self-sustaining and self-generating, pursuing policies that promote efficiency, quality, and resilience. It has been unequivocally stated that collaboration with foreign OEMs is intrinsic to Atmanirbhar Bharat. And we have moved from a relationship of a buyer and seller to one of co-development and co-production with our foreign partners. And the ongoing reforms in the defense sector offer opportunities for the foreign OEMs to partner with Indian companies and work towards our shared objectives. There is huge potential for export, which can also contribute to the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister to achieve a $5 trillion economy in the foreseeable future. Therefore, the vision of achieving Atmanirbharta in ammunition manufacturing requires a synergized approach of all stakeholders. I think together we need to turn the initiative into another success story and a win-win situation for all. With this, I'll conclude my address, and at the end, I wish to compliment the organizers, that is the St. George and the FICCI, once again for inviting me to address the seminar, and I wish you all good luck and Godspeed. Thank you and Jai Hind.
We thank you, sir, for talking to all of us here today and joining us on our today's program. I'll now request Mr. Sudhakar Gande to kindly propose a formal vote of thanks.